Hello and welcome back. Today I am going to be testing another viral diabolical creation. We're going to be making apple pies without apples. We're going to be making apple pie with Ritz crackers. Let's see if this apple pie dupe works. If you're thinking, oh, it can't be that bad, you know, Ritz crackers as the base, it sounds kind of nice, it could work. No, we are not using Ritz crackers to make the crust. We are using Ritz crackers as the apple pie filling. This is going to be the literal apple. It is a carb on carb creation. Pie crust on the outside, Ritz crackers on the inside, and somehow it just magically tastes like apple pie. I saw a video about this apple pie dupe this morning, like literally 2 hours ago, and I just was profoundly disturbed, but also intrigued. Apparently this recipe actually came from the Great Depression. You know, it kind of makes sense. Not everybody has access to apples. It was really expensive, but people still crave apple pie. And that's how this brilliant recipe, if you will, came about. I also dug a little deeper, and I think prior to the Ritz crackers, the original mock apple pie recipe actually used stale bread. We're gonna go with the buttery, flaky, sweet savory crackers today. In the name of science, once again, we shall find out if it actually tastes like apple pie. Can it trick someone into thinking that it's real apple pie? Let's see if it works. Let me show you what we have. So this is really all you need. I have some pie crust here. I just went with store-bought pie crust ready to go. For the filling, we have, of course, Ritz crackers, some sugar, cream of tartar, cinnamon, fresh lemons for lemon juice and lemon zest. For the crumble topping, crackers, butter, brown sugar, and a little more cinnamon. I also have some clove powder and some ground nutmeg that, you know, just to amp up the fall apple pie flavors to maximize our trickery. But that's it. I'm gonna get started with my pie crust. I'm just gonna go ahead and poke some holes in here now that it's soft enough. And I'm going to pop this back in the freezer. Then the next step is to make the simple syrup. This is what's supposed to give the Ritz crackers that bit of juicy sweetness. Same process as you would make an apple pie filling, I suppose. Go in with my sugar first. Water. It could be fun to also substitute this with apple juice. Last thing is the cream of tartar. I wonder if this is just to help make sure there's no sugar crystals. Now to try and bring this to a boil. We have reached a boil. It is boiling. I'm checking to make sure I didn't read this wrong, but the next step is to throw the crackers in there whole. 30 crackers is a lot. 18. Oh, there's exactly 30 in here. All right, just going straight in. I am extremely skeptical because that's a lot of water still, but you know what? It smells kind of good. It smells like warm Ritz cracker biscuits. I'll let this cook for 5 minutes. While I have these 5 minutes, just going to make myself a little snack because this is making me hungry. I have my toast, prosciutto, juicy burrata, balsamic vinegar, and a drizzle of high quality olive oil from my favorite Graza, who is also the sponsor of today's video. A little sprinkle of flaky salt. Like I could put even more, honestly. If you've been watching my video over the years, you know how much I use this duel of olive oils. The truth is, yes, this brilliant squeeze bottle design and this gorgeous packaging is what got me at first. It's just so convenient, so easy to use. I love that it gives me this sort of precise control over the amount I'm using. But then when I first brought them home, I kind of just fell in love with how fresh and vibrant they taste. The drizzle especially has this nice punch of flavor and like a bit of those citrusy notes, which I love for salads, finishing dishes, honestly, even just on bread with a bit of flaky salt. Delicious. The sizzle, on the other hand, is a little bit more mellow, but still very aromatic, and I just basically use this for everything else. I am someone who goes through a lot of olive oil at home, and I have bought more expensive brands, but I feel like if you consider quality, taste, and price all together, this duo really is one of my top favorites. It's always fresh, never blended, single origin, which means it just comes from one kind of olive. I really think you can taste the difference. Even right now, as I'm smelling it, those peppery, citrusy notes that I love, highly, highly recommend. So if you're interested, you can use my code Inga10 to get 10% off your order at the link below. Just insert it right here. I will probably need a restock very soon. I'm gonna finish this up. I feel like the crackers are looking good. I don't even know if this is ASMR, is it? Is this really not gonna get soggy? It looks a little interesting. Ooh, it's super soft. Okay, maybe don't touch it. I have to say, this sounds a little crazy, but it actually does look a little bit like apple pie filling right now. Some of these are still in cracker shape, but if you look at the sides here, doesn't this kind of look like apple pie filling? It looks like cooked apples. Wow, okay, it is wild. I'm going to turn this off. I'm gonna let it cool on the side. I'm not totally convinced yet, but I can see the vision. I can see it. While I'm waiting for it to cool, I'm gonna make our crumble topping. Just 4 ingredients again. Melted butter, cinnamon, brown sugar, and more Ritz crackers. I'm just going to put everything in here and smush it. Quite effective. See, now this, I believe, would taste really good. So I'm gonna add brown sugar, a little sprinkle of cinnamon, and then butter. Ooh. This one actually smells so good. Well, there's the cinnamon sugar, but you know, it's also the butteriness of the crackers themselves. It actually does look like streusel topping. I'm just gonna wait, this is actually really good on its own. This is dangerous. I think it's because the crackers are also salty, so it is that sort of like sweet, salty flavor that is quite delicious. This is what the filling looks like right now. You can still see the rich cracker bits, but promising. Just going to dump it right in here. All of it. Oh, wait. This is crazy. Doesn't it kind of look like filling? This is actually insane. That looks like apple. Smell aside, because it does smell like crackers, this looks like apple. Am I crazy? Put some cinnamon on here. Okay, that's a little too much cinnamon. Also a little bit of the cloves and the nutmeg. A little bit of lemon zest too. Just like how I would make an apple pie. Then just a squeeze of a lemon. Oh my goodness. Gosh, it smells so nice. I'm being tricked. Last thing to do is to add that lovely streusel on top. All right. Gosh. Rich crackers crumble. What did you know? Wow. On camera, it actually does look like an apple crumble pie. You guys, what in the world? My goodness, she is stunning. All right, we're gonna go bake this. Putting it on this tray just in case. Let's go in. 425 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Then we're gonna lower it and bake it for another 20 minutes. But we'll check in then. It smells faintly of cinnamon, but I feel like I'm still smelling biscuits more than pie right now. She looks good though. Oh my gosh. Y'all. It definitely smells like apple pie now. Holy moly. Wow. The color looks perfect. It smells so buttery. Is it because of the Ritz crackers itself though? Look-wise, I have to say, it is quite similar to an actual apple crumble pie. Especially these like little pockets of syrupy, starchy goodness. This piece right here is technically a Ritz cracker, but it kind of looks like an apple. Not waiting any longer, we're cutting into this. I can't believe it's not butter, except I can't believe it's not apple. What? Look at that filling. How is that not apple? That looks exactly like apple filling. It does smell even more cinnamony now. Just like last time, I bought a slice of actual apple crumble pie so we could do like a little comparison. If you look at side by side, that filling inside, that consistency actually looks kind of the same. And then if you look at the crumble topping, it's just different interpretations, but it looks fairly similar. Because we're gonna nerd out here, I'm gonna slice them, take a bite, and just see. I mean, it looks pretty legit. It looks pretty legit on the inside too. In terms of visuals, I will say I would be deceived, but nothing will tell us the truth like a good old taste test, so. I'm gonna take a bite of this regular apple crumble pie. Okay. When I'm eating them back to back, I feel a little less crazy because I do taste the apple a lot more in this one, which makes a lot of sense. It's the only one that has apples. But when I just tasted this one on its own, I think it's the fact that the Ritz crackers absorbed all those flavors, like of the sugar, the lemon, the spices. It actually ends up being even more flavorful than anything else. I would think that this was applesauce that was heavily flavored with a lot of cinnamon, sugar, and lemon. That is literally what this tastes like. And it is terrifying. It is trickery, it is deception. I do really like this crumble topping on top though. I feel like it can work in a pinch. My only thing is, I don't know in what world you would want to eat this instead of apple pie. Unless there are world circumstances, like the Great Depression. In the case of an apocalypse, I would probably want to do this. To answer the questions of today, does it taste good? Yes. Does it taste like apple pie? Strangely enough, yes. Would I make this again? Probably not. Another diabolical creation debunked. If you want a harmless prank though, maybe it's fun to try. Other than that, stick to your apple pies and I will see you in the next video. Bye.